Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Somewhat Minty Podcast. I'm Matthew Garrison.
I'm Simon Moore.
He sure is. We never, plan how we're going to complete the intro. We always just go.
We just start it.
Yeah.
That's how everything
You know,
should be done.
we just started after the extensive tests to make sure the microphone sounds as good as it can be.
Sometimes we gotta take our time with that.
Hopefully, this should be the best sounding episode so far.
Hopefully, no echo. We're both equally as loud.
Well, I'm just, louder than you, just as a human, so.
Yeah. But I'm way closer to the mic.
Yeah, and you have a blue light on your face.
Because if I was green, I would die.
Yeah, so when we started recording, his light was shining directly into the camera, so he's like, oh yeah, I'll just turn it around and shine it at my face instead.
Should I shine it at the ground?
No, it's fine. You can do
Alright,
whatever
good.
you want.
Because I enjoy being blue.
I'm really worried my pop filter is going to hit my mute button, because that happened during a couple of our tests.
It happened?
Yeah, remember? I was
the
like,
black
oh,
thing
muted
hit
my
the
mic.
mute button?
Yeah, it's on top of it. If I pushed it into it, it would mute the mic.
That's a big yikes.
Which is why I keep checking it. Yeah, I could probably fix that.
Because that just means that, at a moment's notice, your entire audio could just be gone and it would just be me
Yeah,
talking to no one.
and nobody wants to listen to that.
No.
So we were talking about how we were headed out to a baseball game in the last
Yeah.
episode.
The last episode. that's
And
what we did.
so I don't know if you guys have ever been betrayed before, but I have. So the last time we went to a baseball game in 2017, July of 2017, and maybe it was June. It was one of those months.
One of the months.
Started with a J. Might have been January. And there was this guy we idolized. His name was Rafael Lorenzo. And we even had a signed ball from him. And I brought the signed ball so I could get him to sign it a second time. He was on the Renegades. He was our favorite player. He was one of their pitchers. No, he's one of their catchers.
The
Sorry.
catcher, yeah.
And when we got there, Rafael Lorenzo no longer played for the Renegades
He has since passed.
Yep.
He's deceased.
in Illinois.
He'll forever be in our hearts, though.
And
One day we gotta go out and see a game of his
yeah, just
in Illinois.
drive all the way out to Illinois. But yeah. Well, we got some new guys. We had Mr. Italian,
What was his name?
something Alexander,
Hill Alexander.
Hill Alexander, or Alexander Hill maybe.
Who was? It was something Trevini.
Yeah, I don't remember what his first name was either. But there was this guy, we were like, okay, so we were looking at the list of the players online, trying to
Yep,
find
yep.
our next Lorenzo, and we're like, oh, I was like, well, all right, let's look for a catcher. And then we saw it was Trevini, right? We saw this guy, his last name was Trevini, right? And his number was 17. So we're like, okay, so this is our new guy, right? Trevini. He's the
Yup,
pitcher.
yup.
But we couldn't find him on the field when they were practicing. And we see this guy who's, offensively Italian.
Yeah.
He has, the big hair, the big mustache.
The
his,
big hands.
big hands. His shirt is unbuttoned a little bit. You can see all his chest hair. And we're like, that's Mr. Italian right there.
He did some sick trick with the ball behind his back. And
Yeah,
caught
that's
it.
our guy. That's what's his name? Travago?
Trivago. Trevini.
Trevini, right? That's Trevini. It's gotta be. A name like Trevini, it's perfectly with a guy like that. Now Trevini was 17, and we couldn't see the back of this guy because he was facing us.
Yeah.
And when we turned around, he was 18. We're like, where's Trevini? Trevini doesn't look like an Italian man at all.
No, he wasn't at all Italian.
No.
But then we actually saw it was Hill Alexander.
So we decided our two new boys would be Trevini and Hill Alexander. And from what I can remember, they were both pretty big disappointments.
Everybody was. Do you remember the score of the game? I think it was 2-4 or something like that. And
Yeah,
Renegades lost.
The Renegades were doing terrible. No, they were both doing pretty bad.
Yeah, all of the points were scored within the first 3 innings, and
Yeah.
then the rest was just zeros.
Yeah, it was a really boring game to watch. I left halfway through the 7th inning.
I had to sit there with my brothers, who were also there.
Well, you were in a box, so.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Dude, I don't know if you heard it, but when I went up to that box with you, there was some guy sitting on the couch. He pointed at me. He's like, "Who's that?" And I just didn't say anything. I didn't explain myself.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm trying to think of who that was. I don't know all of those guys, but I know a couple of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are really cool guys. Like the guy in the big cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool guy. Really
Yeah.
nice.
It was all your stepdad's bosses, right?
Yeah. His business acquaintances.
Yeah, business acquaintance.
I'm pretty sure they started up a shop and it's opened. Today was the opening day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
We got to talk about how we are so unprepared when it comes to this podcast. I called you this morning at 7 a.m. when I was out to get in the shower. Now let me clarify. I don't wake up at 7 a.m. I just didn't go to sleep the night before. And I just got up to feed my pets. So I call him at 7 in the morning, and I'm like, Simon, we literally have like a little over 24 hours to get a podcast episode recorded, edited, and uploaded. And I said it really fast, so he didn't even know what I was saying.
I couldn't tell at all. It was terrible. So then I figured out what he said because he slowed down and said it again.
Yep. So, and then you were like going to your mall or whatever. I was actually supposed to go on a date today.
You didn't?
No, I didn't because. So, well, I hope the girl doesn't watch the podcast because I told her I went to sleep today, but that was a total lie. But so basically, what happened was I stayed up all night, and then she had to get up at work at 6, and she like messaged me to say something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, we were talking back and forth. And she's like, "Do you want to hang out after my work is done?" And she lives in Red Hook, which is like an hour north of here.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, I'm not doing anything else. I'm home alone for the next, like, 5 days. So it's not like anybody's going to tell me no. I'll do it, all right? And she's like, okay, great. Now, I'm actually kind of starting to feel a little tired here. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just push through, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, because my sleep schedule's been all fucked up anyway. I've been going to bed at, like, 5 in the morning and waking up at, like, 2 p.m. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just push through, right? And I'll go to bed at, like, 10 p.m. tonight.
Okay.
Which, by the way, isn't going to work. It's, like, almost 9 now.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I got to, like, edit this, and then I got to render it. So I'm
Drive
going to
me
be
home,
up. Yeah, I got to drive
possibly.
them home, maybe. So I'm going to be up until like 11, definitely. But anyway, so I'm like, oh, I'll just push through. Yeah, big mistake. So I drink coffee, right? And I
Yep.
forget I'm lactose intolerant. So I put my sister's creamer in it because she's not here, so she can't tell me not to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Way too much creamer. My stomach was killing me all morning. I was like, I'm dying. Like, I was pooping so much, man. Just to get all the gory details right on the podcast. But, I gotta stop crossing my legs. I cross my legs too much on this podcast.
My legs are always just crossed like this.
I'm
They're
always
not,
like-
the big.
Yeah. Or I'm like this. Like, I got something to hide.
Most of the time, though, my arms are crossed
Yeah.
because that's just a comfy position to sit in where you
It
don't
really
have to
is.
do anything with your arms.
Mm-hmm. But,
Instead of just like.
so yeah, I'm like really sick because coffee, coffee
Yeah.
already gives you the shits, and then I'm lactose intolerant and I drink creamer,
And then it
right?
tastes bad.
And then I'm like, okay, so I'm drinking water. I'm having like antacids because I do want to go at like 2, and I'm like my stomach's starting to feel a little better, but I'm like feeling tired again, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I make more coffee, and I put almond milk and sugar in it, right? Because almond
Okay.
milk doesn't have any lactose in it, and sugar is whatever, right? And after I drink it, I'm like, oh, I think I'm just sick. I don't think. Did you see those lights flash? You saw that, right?
That's a yikeser.
I hope we don't lose power. It's not raining, is it? No, it's not.
No,
It's fucking perfectly clear. That was weird.
that would be terrible if we lost power.
Yeah.
Because then the entire podcast just ends right there.
Yeah, because we can't record it and we will lose the footage. So.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have power.
Mm-hmm. But so yeah, I think I was just sick this morning, right?
Mhm.
So I was gonna leave at like I was supposed to be there at like 2:30, so I was gonna leave at like 1:30. At like literally like 1, I messaged her like, Alyssa, I'm like dying. I've been trying to like self-medicate myself all morning, but I'm so tired. Like literally at like 1, I was in my bed, but I was like messaging her like this. Like I was barely keeping myself awake.
That's always fun.
It was because it had been like 30 hours since I slept last, and I was like sick too, and I'm like, she's like working, so
Yeah.
she obviously can't respond. I'm like, I don't even know if she's gonna be mad or not, but I don't have the time to find out. So I put my phone down, I went right to sleep, and then I woke up at 4 around
Yeah.
that time, 4:30, something like that, and I was gonna go see Far From Home with Dylan today, right?
Yep.
At 5:45, but I was like, oh, I got this date now, so we're gonna have to like reschedule, or we can go like really late tonight. And I also forgot we had to do this. I like quadruple booked myself.
I
today.
forgot you called me in the morning.
Yeah. But what was I saying? So I'm like, okay, well, date's off. I'm feeling better after I took a nap.
Yeah.
So I text Dylan. I'm like, you want to go see Far From Home? Anyway, and he's like, yeah, okay. Which we both already saw that movie, so we just went to go see it a second time because it's a good movie. Although, to be honest, it wasn't as good the second time.
No, nothing ever is.
Yeah. Jesus. Nothing's ever good as nothing's ever as So then I'm like, as I'm sitting in that movie theater, I'm like, okay, fuck. It's like 6 p.m. and we need in 18 hours
Mhm.
to have a podcast episode on the channel. So I text Simon while I'm in the movie theater. Thank God we're in the back row so nobody can see anything I'm doing. I'm like texting him. I'm like shielding the light. My brightness is all the way down. So we picked Simon up to come here, and when I was driving Dylan home from the theater, I totally just went right past his house.
Yeah, I forgot his house was there. I thought it was on the other side of the deli.
No, I knew his house was there, but I like just wasn't even thinking about the fact that I had to drive him home.
Well, that's because you guys were like deep in a conversation.
Well, I was thinking about the podcast, so I'm just thinking like I gotta
Oh.
get home so we can record the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even think about the fact that like Dylan was in the car, even though I was having a conversation with him.
Bro, you want to talk about how you almost hit me with the car?
So Simon's house, his driveway, is literally right off of an incredibly busy road.
It's just a hell.
It's terrible. I have no intention of ever pulling into that driveway and trying to back out of it.
Neither should anyone.
So I said to him, like, when I first got my car, like literally 3 months ago, I said, okay, well, there's this plaza that's like 400 feet away from your house. I'm just gonna pull into there. You can cross the street and get to me, because I can't. We're gonna be sitting here for 10 minutes if I gotta pull into your driveway. So, when we were leaving the theater, I texted him, okay, we're gonna come to the plaza. The theater is like right next to his house. It's literally like
It's like a 5-minute walk.
a 5-minute walk. So I text him. Me and Dylan are like shooting the breeze, and then when I pull into the plaza, he's like sitting in one of the parking spaces. They're like right next to it. I was like, I'm just gonna like floor it at him to make him jump. I pedal to the metal, like right at him. This kid doesn't even flinch. Like he had no idea I was there.
I didn't hear the car. I was completely absorbed in my phone, as all the boomers say that we are.
Yeah, fucking boomer. Shut the fuck up, boomer.
I honestly had no clue that you were even there. Like, I saw a car pass by one of the buildings. I was like, huh, I wonder if that's them. And then I just looked down back at my phone. And then I just hear, as the car's right in front of me.
Yeah, I just slam on the brakes because I expected you to jump out of the way, and you just didn't move.
That was a good time.
That's such like dumbass teenager shit. Like, I'm gonna just run my car right at him and see what he
I'm
does.
just gonna run over my friend real quick, see if he jumps out the way.
I don't even know if it was me or Dylan's idea, because it could have been either one of us.
Yeah. Probably Dylan's, though. He seems like the type of person to want to run me over.
Can we talk about how long it took Dylan to say that I passed his house? Like, I was like a good like 2,000 feet past the thing. He's like, "Did you mean to pass my house?" And I was like, "No. Why did you wait till now to say something?"
I saw him take his hand and he was like at the window and he was just pointing and looking like this while still talking to you.
Yeah.
And then right after you guys finished, he was like, "Yeah, do you mean to pass my house?"
And I like stopped on a dime and pulled into Dill's Deli. I was like,
Yeah, you pulled in there really fast.
yeah, because I was like, fuck, this is like the perfect place to turn around. I don't want to do it at Mary Jane's.
Yeah. Mary Jane's would be a lot more difficult to do it from.
Mm-hmm. You know, Cooper's Road, Hudson Way?
Yeah.
Every time I have to pull out of there, because I have to make a left to go back home. Making a left on a 9W, I have no intention of like ever doing that if I can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
So I will literally make a right, then turn into the elementary school where there's the light, and then turn around so I can make a left at the light. Because it's faster than waiting there for an opportunity to
That's
make a left
like a
turn.
really big brain play.
Unless there's like nobody on the road because it's like really late or really early or something.
Yeah,
but, Or it's like a Tuesday at like 1 p.m. and nobody's on the road. But
Bro, when we went to the mall today, I expected it to be completely flooded since, it's a Friday,
right.
Mm-hmm. But it was completely empty, and I had no clue. I didn't realize that it was like 11 in the morning and that it just opened.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just clueless as to why there was nobody in there besides like us.
Yeah.
It was just wild, bro.
Bro, having the opening shift at a mall is probably pretty nice, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
At least for like the first hour or two, and then when all the people start pouring in, it probably sucks because you're tired. But I mean, when I worked at Weeds, I'd work from like 9 to 7,
Yeah,
like at the latest, like 6:30, 7. And like the first 2 hours, like 9 to 11, it was just chilling there. It was cold a lot of the time because it was like October, November, and it was 9 in the morning, and our uniform is a t-shirt.
They didn't give you any sweatshirts or anything?
No, I mean you could like wear a long sleeve shirt under it or like a jacket as long as you can still see the shirt. But
Yeah,
I never
alright.
did because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Like one day, because this was before I had my own car or anything. Like I still have jackets in my. It's July and I have 2 jackets in the back of my car, because I would just keep them in my car in the winter when winter. It was like early spring when I got my car, but it was still cold. It was still kind of chilly.
Yeah.
So I kept jackets in the back of my car, and they're still back there because nobody sits in my back seat like ever. I mean, you did today.
Yeah, but that's...
That's rare. I rarely have more than one other person in my car, so my back seat's kind of a mess.
Aren't there, like, coins everywhere?
No, I cleaned up all the coins. They're all in my
Oh,
my
you
cup
put
holder.
them all in the cup holder?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
because I always have to go to like a toll booth,
Yeah,
and I never know it's gonna be a toll booth until it's like way too late. Like remember when we were going to the Renegades game
Yeah,
last
to
week,
Dutchess Stadium.
and I was like, oh shit, get like
Sorry,
150
fish
out of
coins
that
on there.
out of that not glove compartment cup holder. If it was just me there, I would have had to wait until I was at the spot and then go digging for quarters.
Yeah, that would have
And
held
I
up
have done that
traffic a bit.
before, many a time, because I'm an asshole. And you know what? Easy Pass drivers are treated like second-class citizens in this country. I
Wouldn't
mean,
they be treated like first-class citizens?
no.
Why is that?
Non-Easy Pass users are treated like second-class citizens in this country. Why are there 6 Easy Pass lanes and there's 2 all the way on the right that are like non-Easy Pass that we all got to squeeze into and we all got to wait because everyone's got to dig for change, and that's fine. I do the same shit. I got to dig for the change too. But it wouldn't be that bad if we were, like other lanes. Easy Pass should be the ones that are squeezed in on the end. Oh, you want your privilege? Yeah, just go over here. That's where your Easy Pass belongs. Over on the side. Or maybe, I don't know, put like Easy Pass and the change everywhere. I don't even know why we had to divide it up into the lanes anyway.
I think it's because more people own Easy Pass than people that don't.
Yeah, I don't even know how to get an Easy Pass. Otherwise, I'd totally have one. I mean, I have a bank account I can hook it up to.
Isn't it just like you order it online or something like that?
Is Easy Pass a government-run thing? Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't think it would be, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because if you're paying a toll, that's not like a government expense. It's a private company.
Yeah, but then do all private companies? Does like one private company own all of the private roads and bridges?
No. I'm guessing it's a separate private company, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be run by the government for
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to pay tolls to private companies.
Oh, so then Easy Pass is like its own company giving
Yeah.
its services to other ones. Okay.
Yeah, because if
That
you're
makes a
paying
lot of sense.
paying a toll for a bridge, that means it wasn't paid for using your taxes.
Yeah.
It's big brain. Privatize all roads.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, just get rid of the roads.
We'll just float.
I don't need roads. I float based on pure hatred of the state alone. You know what we forgot, Simon?
What's that?
Water bottles. We always have something to drink.
That's terrible, Ralph.
It's whatever. I mean, I could go grab some, but I don't really think I need to do that. If it comes to it, I will. But
We should be fine. It's only an hour of talking.
no, I love water so much, though.
Water, it's pretty tasty. Some waters are way better than others.
The best water is when you leave it in your car for like a month and then you drink it and it tastes like a stink bug. Like, why?
Bro, remember when I sipped that Sprite that was
Sprite?
sitting in your car?
It was a
No,
Mountain.
that was the Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff tasted...
Yeah, he bought a Mountain Dew exactly a week ago, and he didn't finish it, and he left it in my car, and I was like, I don't want to drink that, because Simon was drinking it. And it was still in my car today when he was in there. I was like, that's yours, by the way, you can have it. He's like, oh, sweet, and he drinks it, all over my driveway. He's like,
It was absolutely disgusting. It was the most horrid thing I've ever tasted on this planet. It was worse than the seltzer in the first episode. And that's
seltzer in the
saying
first
something.
episode was not that bad, to be honest.
No, I just hate all seltzer. I
think we
just
were
don't like
I
it.
think we were just, I think you didn't like it, and I was like playing off you, because we didn't know what we were supposed to talk about.
Yeah, that was probably it.
I feel like if we start playing D&D again, or when we start, not if.
Yeah.
Like this podcast is going to become very
It's just gonna be all
D&D-centric.
D&D.
Yeah, because I mean like, that was what the first episode was.
It was you rambling about D&D while I sat there passively just like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you were tagging along for the story that you knew about, but
Yeah.
for like the cousin campaign you had
I couldn't say much, but I could have at least commented a bit.
yeah. But like literally 40 minutes of that was like talking about D&D stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't like ever play anymore.
No, I think
I-
it's because like it's summer and nobody has rides.
Yeah, I mean like I like have a car, and that's the extent of it. Actually, Oscar just got his license and he has a car.
Oh boy,
It's 2003 Audi, the one that sits at the bottom of his driveway. That's his car.
that's his.
Yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, like me and Oscar have cars, but I mean, like you live in like New Windsor,
Yeah.
and I mean, I drive you down here like every week anyway to do this, but I actually want to do this. No. But then there's like, I mean, I guess because Brady has a
Brady's got a car.
Brady has a car, but doesn't really play with us anymore. I just remember.
No,
And I guess I could just get Danny by myself because he
because
lives.
he's right there.
He's literally like 1,000 feet away from my house.
Bro, if
Why
I
don't we play during the summer? Hang on, I'm making the argument the opposite
Yeah, like
direction.
I'm like the only person out of the way to grab.
Yeah.
And if we played on Fridays, that could just be eliminated because they'd have my mom.
Yeah.
Or like Saturdays.
I guess that's just because if we're like, it's hard to get everyone together at the same time. Because like Danny's in Cyprus right now.
He's still in Cyprus? I thought he came back.
Did he? I don't know. He was like 3 days ago.
I don't know. I saw these pictures of him like playing with lions,
Yeah.
and I commented for him to not get eaten by the lions. I also did on Xander's posts.
Yeah.
I found that funny.
Not funny. Didn't laugh. Yeah, but you know, like Danny's in Cyprus, and like I think Cooper goes down to Delaware,
Okay.
and then I go to camp, and I go to my grandmother's, and then I go to the shore, and you go upstate, and Oscar goes to church camp.
Isn't this church camp like right here?
No, church camp. Actually, you know all those guys I know from Ohio.
Yeah, like Matt Brown and all
Yeah,
that?
like Matt Brown, Nate Perry, Katie Parker. So Oscar's church camp actually stopped in Akron, Ohio, and that's like the next city over from where
Yeah.
all those guys live. And Oscar's like, guys, I'm in Akron right now, and they all took a road trip and they met Oscar in person.
Bro, that's
They
crazy.
ate at Panera Bread together.
That's wild.
And then we were talking about like maybe this summer before Jeanette goes to college, me, Oscar, and Jeanette would like take a road trip down to Ohio
Yeah.
to meet everybody. And then my mom said no. So that
Just do it right now. She can't say no.
I know, right? I mean, like I just go to Ohio, stay there for like a night or two, and then come back. She's none the wiser. I'm like, oh yeah, I stayed the night at Cooper's. That's why I'm not home. That's what I was gonna tell her if she asked where I was today when I was gonna go up to Red Hook for
Mhm.
that date. I was gonna tell her I went to Cooper's
Why couldn't you just tell her that you're going on a date?
because she doesn't know I'm dating this girl.
Would she be against it?
No, she's just really weird.
I think all parents are, Matt.
She's like really weird. Like she's like rolling out like the wedding flowers. Like
Your
immediately.
mom?
Yeah, my mom.
Oh, okay.
So like here's the thing. So you know how I like cooked that chicken and roasted vegetables
Yeah,
last
yeah.
night? Like I just cooked that because I'm home alone. My mom gave me food for groceries. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna make something that I want to eat. So I made
Yeah.
spicy barbecue chicken and roasted vegetables because I thought that would be good, and it was. I liked it. But I sent my mom a picture of it. I was like, look what I made. Haha. And then Grace messages me like, oh, we know what you're up to. You know, like combing your hair, wearing cologne, cooking. I'm like, I fucking already combed my hair and wore cologne. What the hell are you talking about? And I cooked because I'm home alone and there's no one else to cook. What, do you think I was just gonna let myself starve? I'm not cooking for a girl. I'm here alone.
I'm going to die if I don't.
Like, I guess I could go get like some frozen pizzas or something if I wanted to, but I wanted to.
That wouldn't be good.
I wanted to eat spicy barbecue chicken, so I made spicy barbecue chicken. And I'm like, okay, well, I told my sister because it's my sister, not my
Yeah.
mom, right? My younger sister, Grace. And I'm like, okay, well, there is a girl, but I've always worn cologne. I didn't like at camp because it's an expensive glass bottle. I'm not gonna fucking bring it to camp. And like, brush my hair. I always brush my hair. Are you kidding me? I got like a haircut. Is that what she was talking about? Oh, you got a haircut. I know what you're up to.
Oh, you're keeping yourself well groomed. I see what you're up to, Matt.
Ugh, you fucking
Taking
animal.
care of yourself.
Disgusting.
Yuck.
We know there's a goyle. But it's like, bro, why you think I'm like teaching myself to cook? I saw that recipe on Reddit and I thought it looked good. I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty nice. Roasted.
A
Like, flick it
second
again.
time.
No, that's a little scary.
Ooh.
I love roasted vegetables, man. My mom been poisoning me on this boiled shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, goddamn.
Boiled vegetables, that's not good.
Yeah, honestly. It's
Tastes
like
bad. It's got the mushy
yeah,
feeling.
they're mushy. You want those like not like hard, but like crispy on the ends. Those roasted vegetables, but still tender. That shit's so good, especially if you drown it in olive oil before you roast them.
Bro, I was thinking of some dish, but I forgot what it was called. But it's like when you take like the steak bits, right? You put it in a. Trying to remember what it's called.
A bowl?
Damn. No, not a bowl. Not a bowl. It's like a bowl,
Mm-hmm.
but it goes on the stove. It's not a pan.
A pot.
No, not a pot. Not a pot. It's smaller than a pot.
A wok.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. All right, and then you throw in all the vegetables and stuff in there.
A stir fry.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. That's really good.
Yeah, stir fries.
That's how vegetables should be made.
That's a little advanced for me though. I'll stick with the roasting. It takes a little longer than boiling, but it tastes a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine.
You ever, like try to cut up a butternut squash?
I don't think I've had butternut squash.
I haven't in a while, but the recipe called for it. And I was like, you know what? I'll have some butternut squash. You know, I haven't had it in a while. Figure may as well, right? Holy shit, it's good, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it again if I remake this dish because that was hard. Like I had to peel it first of all, and
Yeah.
the skin was very tough, and then I had to cut the bottom part off that has all the seeds in, and then I had to cut that in half, scoop all the seeds out, which was not easy because they don't want to come out. They're part of the plant. Right?
Yeah.
And there's all like the fibers too. And then the knife we have is so dull, so I'm like, like pushing with all my might to try to cut this into like bite-sized pieces.
That's not safe.
And it's really good actually. Like when it gets roasted on the pan, it kind of like when you make like roasted potatoes and it gets that like crust. It's like
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing but on the squash, and it's really good. And then I also had broccoli and cauliflower, which were a lot easier. to cut
Cauliflower
out.
is really good, and so is broccoli.
The stems of broccoli, I bet there's something that you could like some recipe you can use those in. But I was just throwing them away. Like that shit's so bitter, man. I was only having the heads. Although I had like very small pieces of broccoli, which was a mistake because they came out like really burnt.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
They cook so easy. They cook so quickly. So maybe I'll just next time I make them, I'll throw them in for a little less.
Little less. Or you could put it in for longer at a lower heat.
Yeah,
I think that's called sautéing it.
that's in a pan.
Yeah, that's what I meant. On the stove.
Oh, I cook them in the oven
Why do you cook them in the oven?
because I can just take a huge baking pan and just cover it
Oh yeah.
with roasted vegetables. I didn't even have enough. Like I had like 2 baking pans worth of, or baking sheets rather, worth
Did
of
you
vegetables.
eat them all?
No, there's still raw vegetables covered in olive oil in a bowl in my fridge right now. And there's a bunch of raw chicken breasts too because I didn't have enough room on the. But I could, honestly, the hardest part was cutting up the vegetables.
So you could
Like
just make
roasting
it
that is so easy. Like I just gotta clean the pans, put the chicken on, barbecue
Mhm,
sauce,
mhm.
salt, lemon pepper, onion powder, chili flakes.
again.
Boom, easy. Just and then with the vegetables, I already covered them in olive oil. I just throw them on the pan and toss them in.
They're already pre-prepped.
And I still have food. I made like 3 portions last night, so I still have like I just like throw in the microwave food in the fridge right now.
Nice, nice.
I'm,
So
I
you've
think
been
I'm,
surviving and thriving.
yeah, I
now.
think I'm ready to be an adult. I've cooked 1 meal. I actually found it on the meal prep subreddit.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I had $100 for groceries, and I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never like grocery shopped for myself before. Like obviously, I like picked out stuff that I want, like
Mhm.
when I go with like my mom or something. But I was like, all right, well, let me find something for like kind of cheap, just so I don't like run out of money. Or I had $100 for 5 days, so I'd be pretty hard pressed. But I was like, okay, well, I'll just I'll be conservative with it just in case. And words. So like I spent like $23 for all that shit, and it's probably like 8 meals right there
Nice.
with the chicken and the vegetables. Because I only used 3 chicken thighs, and I have like
Yeah.
8 that are still in the freezer.
Do you know what's really good?
What's really good?
Chicken fried steak.
Oh my god, that is so good, man.
Bro, it's been so long since I've had it, but my aunt upstate, she makes it so good, and she makes this little sauce thing with it.
Mm-hmm. I have only
good.
had it once. It was at a restaurant in New Jersey, and I thought I was ordering fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I said the words, "Oh yeah, I'll have the chicken fried steak."
Yeah.
To the waitress, but for some reason in my head I didn't like register that it was a steak. But I was not complaining when I got it. That was
Because
good.
it's so good.
It is really good.
It's so unexpected, but I like it better than fried chicken. It's one of my favorite things to eat.
Yeah, it is really good. You know what's an underrated dish?
What's that?
Biscuits and sausage gravy.
Okay, okay.
Like gray gravy. I had that
Gray
at
gravy?
camp. Yeah, because you make it with sausage instead of
I don't think I've ever had gray gravy. I always have like the Thanksgiving gravy. You know what I
like
mean?
the brown gravy, like that's made with like turkey.
That's brown.
I think
I thought it was like a goldenish color.
it might be. What do we know? We're colorblind. I don't know if we've ever said that on the podcast before.
Well, most of the people that watch it probably know.
Yeah, but what about our fans out?
Oh, our recent fans that
our
we're gonna be
our
in.
fans out in California.
Yeah, yeah. Out in Japan,
Alaska.
India.
Yeah.
T-Series is sponsoring us, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
is PewDiePie.
And bubbly and black cherry seltzer. That doesn't have a brand. Oh wait, no, it's
Picks?
Pix.
Thanks, guys, for the sponsors.
Yeah, thank you for the sponsorship. Nobody ever took me up on that deal where they give me $5 and I'll say whatever they want on the podcast.
That's because nobody watches it.
Yeah. The only person that I know that watches it consistently is Jason. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason. Love you, dude.
Yeah, he's like the only person. Every time he's uploading, he's like, "Oh yeah, time to watch the podcast."
You know what we should do?
What should we
We
do?
should get a room, right?
Mhm.
We should get chairs. We strap people into the chairs.
Yeah.
We get those eyeball things that like keeps their eyes
Oh
open,
god.
and then like put up a projector and just have the podcast going.
I like how it can't be on a screen. Like we have to have a projector.
Yeah, like a
That's-
hand crank one.
Okay, so we take an episode of the podcast and we push it onto film.
Yeah, yeah. That would be a good idea because we get more viewers, not on
Mhm.
YouTube, but we'd have more viewers,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually they'd watch it on their own.
Remember Miles Stellings' podcast, the Crumbcast with who was it? It was him, Megan, Avery, and DJ.
I never watched it, but you said it was terrible. Like the quality.
It wasn't. The first like 5. I listened to like the first 30 seconds and it was really bad. And then I like jumped to the middle of it
Mhm.
just to see what they were talking about, and it was actually fine.
So the quality improved over the course of it.
I guess it might have just been really bad at the beginning. Maybe they like moved the mic at some point.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it was 4 people in the room and they had 2 mics.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a chance of like echo. Like we have that problem a lot on this podcast even.
Yeah.
And there's only
because
2 of
we
us.
don't test for it.
Well, we do test for it, but we test for it wrong. Okay, so last episode we were actually talking about how every time we do the test we have to change his microphone somehow.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the test sounds fine, and then when we record the episode, it's echoey.
It's terrible. Like the last episode,
Yeah, that was really echoey.
that was really bad.
But we figured out what the problem was that
A third time.
a third flicker of the light.
All right, next time it's going out.
Yep. Rule of 3s. We figured out what the problem was every time we were recording the test, Simon would be like this. But then when we did the episode, he'd be like this. So he was facing my microphone, and it would pick it up, but it was only during the episode because when he's only sitting there for like a second when we do the test, he doesn't think about like getting comfortable in his chair or looking at me because we're having a conversation. He's only thinking about talking to the microphone and see how it sounds.
Yeah.
Which, isn't like his fault or anything because I didn't realize what was going on either.
Took us a bit, but we figured it out.
Yeah, well,
Hopefully it's fine now.
Only took us 4 episodes. Because I'm not counting the first one, because we didn't have to worry about echo because we only had 1 mic.
No.
We had to worry about a couple other things, but echo
Yeah.
was not one of them.
Like drinks, like seltzer.
Yeah.
You don't worry about that.
And our terrible, my laptop was the camera that we used to record.
Did we have it running up to your computer, or was it just sitting
No,
on
it
the
was
table?
literally like, I didn't have that computer when we recorded the first episode.
Oh, yeah,
right?
because you had the old one, right?
Yeah, my laptop was actually better than that old one. So we literally just had my laptop. There's a table down here somewhere. We had a table right about where the camera is actually right now. And to the side of that camera, my laptop was facing us, and we were on either side of the table in probably like one of these chairs, honestly. Like there's like these.
Were they these shirts?
Well, there's like the 2 chairs that are standing up there. There's the one that the camera's on, and there's
Yeah.
the 2 we're sitting in. So I bet one of us is in one of the. Oh, there's another one over there actually. But one of these, 2 of these chairs were the ones we were using.
2 out of
Yeah.
5.
2 out of 6.
2 out of 6. What do you mean?
There's one all
Oh,
the way over
there's
there.
2 right there.
There's 2 right there. Oh damn! Why do we got so many chairs? Oh yeah, there's 2 there, 1 there, 2 here, and then there's 1 by the ironing
1,
board. all
2,
the way-
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 2 out of 6.
2 out of 6. Damn. Where did I get 5? Oh, because I realized that there was 2 of those.
Yeah.
All right.
What was I saying? Yeah, so that was our little shoddy ass setup, and then we just never recorded the second episode because we didn't have like a schedule we were gonna keep ourselves to.
Mhm.
And obviously, like we have the schedule now, and we still mess up a lot. Like we missed 3 episodes in a row between 3 and 4.
It just happens sometimes, you know?
Well, I mean, I was away, and then you were away,
Yeah.
and then I was away again. I almost recorded an episode with Jason actually.
Yeah.
That
We
was
talked
gonna be
about that,
episode
didn't we?
4. Yeah, we might have. I don't actually remember. I don't remember what we talked about on the episodes at all.
Bro, you should have made an episode with Jason, but Jason just pretended he was me.
Yeah, like we don't even acknowledge that it's not you. I don't know. People might notice because he's a little shorter than you.
Yeah, Is he?
Yeah,
Like, how much shorter?
I think he's like 5'6", 5'7".
Oh, nice.
I don't know. Maybe
That's
he's
always
like,
enjoyable.
Like 5'3".
Especially
4
since
foot.
all of my siblings are gonna outgrow me.
Even Abby.
She's gonna get taller than me. I guarantee. I'm gonna be the shortest out of all of my siblings.
How tall is Rob?
I think he's like 6 foot,
I'm
something
6
around that.
I mean, I'm 6 foot. My dad was 6'1".
I'm taller than my dad.
Well, my dad was 6'1", and my mom is 5'7".
Yeah,
And Grace, right now, she's 14, and she's only 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
Now, she could still grow, but I don't think she's going to get any taller than, like, 5'7". So I don't know if Abby's going to be taller than you.
That's actually a good. Fair point. Fair point.
I mean, your mom's kind of short.
My mom's really short.
Yeah.
She's like really, really short.
And how old is your sister? She's 5?
Good question. I think she's like 6.
6?
Because she's going into first grade. I don't know
Yeah.
what the age is for that.
It's funny, your sister and my nephew were in the same grade.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I wonder if they'll get thrown in the same class.
maybe. But, what was I saying?
We're talking about heights.
Yeah, so, I mean, is the short gene recessive, or is the tall gene recessive?
I have no clue. I
bust
don't
out
think
a-
we went over that
let's,
in biology.
Let's bust out the pun and squares. Alright, so your grandparents, on your maternal grandparents, were they tall, were they short? What are we
My
working with?
grandfather wasn't too tall, I think.
Right.
But I didn't see him much other than, like, when he was laying down a lot,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, I
My
understand.
grandmother was, like, 5'7" or something like that. She was a bit shorter than me.
Okay, so 5'7" is tall for a woman.
Yeah.
So your mom got one tall, one short, and she ended up short. That means short is dominant.
Okay.
I know, big brain, right?
Okay.
Try to keep up.
So then my dad who's short and my mom who's short. Bro, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I mean, if one of your grandparents on your dad's side was tall, then you had a 25% chance of being tall.
I've never met my grandfather on my dad's side. He was dead before I was born.
Both of my maternal grandparents were dead before I was born.
That's terrible.
I mean, they died when my mom was like 16, and then when she was 20. So, and I was born when my mom was like 35.
My
so.
grandma on my mom's side, on my dad's side, is like how tall we are sitting down in the chairs. So, I don't know if I have much hope going for me.
It's funny actually because the Garrisons are actually pretty short. I am the odd one out with my height because my grandfather, my dad's father, was pretty. I think he was 6 foot 6'1", and he had 7 children. And my grandmother, she was short, right? 2 out of the 7 were tall, and 5 out of 7 were short. Now the 2 tall were my father and my Aunt Renee. So the only other like tall person in my family is my cousin AJ, who's my Aunt Renee's son.
Yeah.
Now, Grace is tall for a girl. Well, she's like the average height for a woman right now, but she's 14, so she's gonna get bigger. And my my Aunt Renee has a daughter, Catherine, who's pretty tall for a woman too. I think she's like 5'7", maybe 5'8". But since she's around, like at family reunions, there's like dudes that are like 5'8", so she doesn't look that tall. But like me and AJ like stand out because, I mean, like I said, my Aunt Renee, she's tall for a woman, but she's about as tall as a short guy, so she doesn't stand out. And since my dad's not around anymore and my grandfather's in the hospital, it really just leaves me and AJ.
The 2 odd men out.
Yeah, because I mean, like the second tallest person in that family is literally like 5'8".
I'm the tallest in my family right now, and that's wild to think about.
Because you're 5'8", right? 5'9", something like that.
Something like that, around that area.
Mm-hmm.
But then everybody's gonna grow taller than me.
Yep.
And that's just sad to think about. Like the 9-year-old, I think he's pretty damn tall. Both of my other brothers are almost my height.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're 3 and 4 years away from me. So,
Which one's the one with the frosted tips?
Oh, that's Logan.
That's
He's
Logan?
got his hair dyed.
That's the one who's going into the high school, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's coming in the lights crew.
Into light screen, yeah.
Yeah.
To light up our life.
Isn't your sister also joining?
She said she was going to, but I don't really think she's actually going to do it. If Taylor Chanowski joins,
Yeah.
she might.
I don't see why either of them would join lights crew though. There's nothing good about it.
Well, here's what I was thinking, right? You know that episode of SpongeBob where, I might have said this to you already, but you know that episode of SpongeBob where the whole episode is like a training video for the Krusty Krab?
Yeah.
And it's like the tuttly, 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 tuttly,
Four times.
I was thinking we like parody that with Lights Crew, to like a Lights Crew training video. And you know how like when all the new kids come in and we all stand up and we say stuff about the crew. What if we just got Miss Budrick to play that video instead? And then
Bro.
no crew chief would ever have to do it ever again because they could just keep using that video over and over again unless we like replace the board or something.
That
and
would be
something
so good.
fundamentally changes. But
We
here's-
really should do that.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
The new kids come in at like mid-October.
Yeah.
So we would have to in September record this, edit it. We'd have to write it,
Yep.
record it, edit it, and just put it all together. And we haven't even asked Miss Budrick if we could do this yet. But I don't know. I thought that would be really funny.
Bro, she's gonna like say like, okay, Matt, give a little speech about your thing, and we're just gonna roll
It's
down
like-
the
it's like-
screen.
It's like using like pretending to use the force, like. Because every
Dylan's
time,
just out there.
dude, I'm like jipping
pulling it
Lights
down.
Crew every time I have to give the speak because I don't like talking up in front of people.
I don't think anybody in Lights Crew does.
But I want to know, how does Set Crew keep getting... Dylan likes talking in front of people. I want to know, how does Set Crew keep getting all these people? Because Augustine can't talk in front of people for shit. I love Augustine, but he hates being publicly acknowledged. I get it. I'm the same way. How does Set Crew got so many goddamn people? I guess people just want to join Set Crew no matter
I
what.
think it's just like, it's the building crew, right?
It's the building
And we're in Marlboro,
Mhm.
farming town. Lots of people that like to build.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Just build, well.
Exactly.
Isn't Ben like the only male left in Set Crew?
I think he might be for now.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, because I can't...
Yeah.
Because it's, what, it's Elizabeth Abbey,
That's it, right?
Christine Tomer...
Oh yeah. Man, they're short on staff right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lights Crew has more people than them, right? Because we got me, you, Danny, Dylan. I don't know, I counted 5 for that. Ben, Rorden, Casey.
Chris said he's coming back.
Chris said he's
possibly.
coming back. Krishan said he's coming back.
Everybody's coming back.
Nick Magenos said he's coming back. Tyler said he's coming back. Ezek said he's coming back.
Bro, I really hope
Whitney
Nick
said
comes
he's
back.
coming back.
Whitney said he's coming back, bro.
Yeah, Peter said he's coming back. That's 14 people right there, bro.
Peter's coming back.
Carlos is coming back.
Bro, who was the first lady?
Oh, the first lady was like Alice or something. No, it wasn't Alice.
Speed is coming to my head, and I don't know why.
Speed.
I don't know why.
I am Speed. Oh my god, I can't remember what her name was. If Yazid's watching, he'll probably tell us. I don't think Yazid watches this though.
No, we should force him to.
Yeah. We'll tell him we talked about him on the podcast, so that way he can answer our question.
When are we
What's-
doing that episode where we just like spend the entire time shouting people out so that they watch it to see when they're shouted out?
Oh, that was like the first episode. That's all we did. That was my like marketing pitch. I said like, hey, if you follow this Finsta, there's a 55.4% chance, and that was actually the correct amount, that you were mentioned on this podcast. And then Megan Bach like reached out to me and told me that she watched it. She's like, yeah, I had to check to see if I was mentioned. I was like, yeah, well, that worked. And she was. I think we were actually like talking bad about her. Something about Hub Crew or
We're
whatever
always
else.
talking bad about Hub Crew. Can't blame us.
yeah. I think we might finally get something funny in the program this year though.
I really doubt it. I really doubt it.
Well, Megan Bach is the Hub Crew chief. And while I'm kind of friends with Megan, you know who's really friends with Megan? Miles. That's only 1 degree of
Oh, yeah.
separation.
Yeah.
So if we can get Miles in on the same joke that Lights Crew is doing,
We might be able to get the joke in.
yes. I am so
but the
disappointed.
question is, will Miss Budrick allow it?
Miss Project doesn't even check.
She doesn't?
No, I mean she like proofreads it at the very end, but if something's just like a little iffy, she's not gonna be like change it.
Okay.
I'm so disappointed we didn't get to do the orange joke in the
Bro,
program.
that was such a good
That was,
joke.
I think, I mean, not to toot my own horn because I'm the one who came up with it, but I think that was the best one we had
That
done
was
so
such
far.
a good joke.
I've definitely told the orange joke on the podcast before, but
Yeah,
I'll do
I
it.
think
I'll do
was
it
in
again.
The last episode. Do
Was
it again though.
I think it was in like 2 or 3.
It wasn't
Maybe
one of
even
them, but do it
1.
again.
No, it wasn't 1 because that was before we had the joke. But so the joke is a man walks into a bar, right? And get this, his head is an orange, right? So the bartender says, "Yo, dude, what the hell? Why is your head an orange?" And the guy says, "Oh, well, I found a magic lamp and I rubbed it, and genie came out and gave me 3 wishes. You know how it is, right?" And the bartender says, "Well, what'd you wish for? I mean, what could you have possibly wished for that made your head an orange?" And the guy says, "Well, for my first wish, I wish I had $1 billion, right?" And the guy says, "Okay, cool. I mean, but what was your second wish?" And the guy says, "Oh, well, for my second wish, I wished I had a beautiful wife." And he said, "Okay, well, that's all well and good, but I mean, what was your third wish? What could you have possibly wished for that turned your head into an orange?" And the guy says, "Well, I don't want to say. It's embarrassing." The bartender says, "All right, I'll buy you a drink if you tell me." And the guy says, Okay, I'll tell you." He says, "For my third wish, I wished my head was an orange. It's the perfect joke.
It's
It's
such a
so
good joke.
funny.
Bro, do you know what we should do?
What
We should just substitute the fruit for another fruit.
I don't know. I think orange is the funniest fruit that you can have because it is head shaped.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, grapefruit maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if grapefruit has the same ring to it though.
No, it's not like an orange, bro. It's not as iconic, you know?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
Timer. We're actually 45 minutes in. I thought we were like 10 minutes in, bro.
Damn, we say that like every time.
I know, because
It doesn't seem like it takes a lot of time.
we just get like so wrapped into the conversation. Although last episode I was checking the timer a lot. I don't know why. Can you imagine like so if something I noticed when I was testing this when I was trying to figure out why the camera wasn't working,
Yeah, yeah.
if the camera plug gets shifted a little bit, so it gets like unplugged and replugged back in, it'll stop recording. It'll just be on whatever last frame it recorded.
Yeah.
So if these are actually blackouts, these lights flickering, we have been like stuck on one frame since the first.
The audio's not recording either.
No, the audio would continue recording.
It would continue?
Yes.
Bro, that'd be such an interesting episode.
Yeah, we're just like frozen. Like,
We've been frozen since the first one,
yeah.
but we were still talking and we haven't realized it. We now address it after the fourth one.
But yeah. I mean, it's probably just the light in the basement. It's probably not.
Hopefully.
Because why would the power be going out? It's like perfectly clear
It's
out right
clear weather. Unless somebody's like cutting down power poles for some reason.
That's a prank. And it's only flickering the lights a little bit. That they
It's
took down.
Danny. Danny knows we're recording the podcast, right? Because Dylan told him. So now he's up here chopping down some power lines. But the lights are still on.
Yeah.
Because he's bad at it.
He's only like moving them a little bit. That's why they're flickering.
He's like,
He's just like kicking it. I'll show you to record a podcast. Just like hurting himself. Oh, you love your podcast, huh?
"Oh, don't get to be a guest, huh?"
I know. When we were talking about bringing back the podcast, because we have been talking from like before we released episode 2. We've been talking in school about like, oh, we're thinking about bringing back the podcast. You know, we didn't like explicitly say we were going to get all this new equipment or whatever else.
Yeah, yeah.
But we were talking, you know, like Ben Gebhard was like the biggest one in our gym class, and we'd talk about like, oh yeah, we could get like guests on the podcast. But the thing is, our current setup really just does not allow for that. There's number
Ooh.
5. I mean, like maybe if we got like another, because I'm not gonna buy another mic stand. So you know, maybe we could get like another mic. The person just holds it, plugs into like we get another mic or USB
Another splitter.
that goes from the camera one. And
We just have them hold the camera. And turn on the camera's audio.
yeah. I think the camera's audio might have been recording last episode.
Could that have been attributing to the loud echo?
Yeah, that definitely could have, because it would have been picking both of us up.
Ooh.
Because it was on when I turned on OBS.
I still think, though, it was me not checking beforehand.
Oh, you know what? Because it was on by default because I deleted it and re-added it, so it went back to its defaults.
So it was on?
So no, it might have been on, but there's no like evidence saying that it was.
Bro, that would suck if it was.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that was our only reason for the echo. Possibly.
Yeah. I still think it was because
It would have been less echo.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been as severe as it was.
This was.
It was. That's my second voice crack this episode.
I didn't hear the first one.
Wait, no, that was when we were testing beforehand.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
When we were singing "I'm Blue, If I Was Green, I Would Die."
Oh yeah.
I had a voice crack during saying green.
If I was green, I would die. If I
Yeah,
were
yeah.
green. I remember one time I did voice acting. It was like a school in like Minnesota or something like that. That was doing like a little animation, like an anti-bullying thing, and I was doing the role of the bullied kid, right? And they were like, "Just make yourself sound like weak and like nasally." And I was like, I did like the voice cracky voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, I can't do it right now 'cause I don't have any water, but like, hey guys, can you please stop bullying me? And I'm like, wow, do you want this kid? Do you want these kids to watch this? And they're like, yeah, that kid's a
Yeah, he
fucking
deserves it.
dweeb. He deserves to be bullied. But that's what they wanted, and they paid me like $30 to do it. So
A
whatever.
school did?
Yeah,
You think they would have just like used their own students?
Yeah, I guess they want. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to be a surprise to the students because they were outsourcing the whole thing, or maybe it wasn't even a school. Maybe it was like a school, like the state of Minneapolis. It's like Minneapolis is not a state.
You still think they'd just take some of their own
Minnesota.
guys, though?
Minnesota's also not a state, is it?
Minnesota.
Minnesota is a state, yes. Wow, that is the biggest fucking frame.
Geography.
Is Minnesota a state? God. I said El Salvador was in South America last episode.
Is that in the United States?
It is in Africa.
Never heard of it.
I still don't know what I was thinking of. I know there's Chile and there's something else down there.
Brazil. That's
Yeah.
the big one.
Yeah, there's Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Peru.
Proceeds to list all of the South American countries.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking it. No, yeah, it's Chile and Peru. That's it, because Peru's the.
The big coastal one, right? On the west coast.
Yes. And then Chile is the one that's also in the.
And then
south.
there's mountains on the right side of the right border of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Peru is. Have you ever seen those like edits where like it goes all the way up like through Mexico and like
Yeah, yeah.
California? It's like Greater Peru.
They should just take the coasts of everywhere. They should just
Mhm.
control the coasts. Nobody gets to travel over the seas but the Perusians.
Perugian. Oh my god.
Do they have some other term they're called?
I don't know. I don't think
Peruvians? Peruvians?
It's Peruns. Prunes. Perugians. I think
Perun-
it is Perugians. Maybe I'm just a racist.
It sounds like it would be. Like they're trying to copy the Persians, but trying to do it non-discreet.
Perugians.
No, it would be
Fucking
discreet.
kick my mic stand. Yeah, try to do it non-discreet. They tried to make it look like they were copying.
We are the Perusians.
The Perugian. God. That's probably actually the term, and I'm just being racist right now.
I really hope that's the term. That would be such a good term. Like, why would you want to be called anything other than a Perusian?
I don't know. I feel like Matthew is pretty good.
I'd rather have my name A Perusian.
A Perugian. Like, is that like your first initial? Is your name?
A
just-
is my first name.
Yeah.
Perusian's the last.
What's your middle name?
What's in between? There's nothing in between Peru and itself.
Your middle name is Great. You're a great Perugian.
Yeah, that works. I was going through the alphabet to see what was directly between the two. Like in the middle, not like they're right next to each other.
Let me go through the entire dictionary and find the word in between A and Perugian.
Hold up.
Christopher. That's not even close.
Bro, that might be like the 1/4 mark between them. Like half of half.
Yeah, that's what a fourth is. Yeah, it's like the 1/4 mark. Wait, let me explain what a fourth is. For our, just in case anyone else
Just in
didn't
case
know.
I forget.
Just to clarify. what
It's a
fourth
reference
is.
for later.
So, yeah.
When I forget.
Study this. Don't know what a fourth is? Come watch episode 5 of the Somewhat Minty podcast.
When's the math episode?
Bro, you know what? We talked about food so much on this episode.
Do you know what other food is really good?
What other food is
Baklava.
Baklava.
Have you ever had baklava?
I don't think I have,
Bro.
but it sounds good.
It's really good. I remember one time I made it, and I actually made it really nice.
Get nice.
Nice, bro. But yeah, it's got like, you know the Pilo dough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pilo.
You put a bunch of those, right? You put a bunch of nuts on there. I don't remember what type it was. I think it's like walnuts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some special glaze you throw on more.
Probably just
You
butter.
just layer it.
Special glaze. It's like literally just clarified butter.
It's
Cool.
just some water.
Special glaze.
And then you get some like caramel stuff
Just,
and
like,
you spread it
sneezing
over
on
the
it.
top.
That does sound good.
It's really good.
Anything's good with enough butter.
Bro, I remember, I think it was like culture night or something. Back in like
Diversity
4th
night.
grade. Yeah.
That was
When
in-
everybody
that was
brought
in
in
middle
food. You know?
Yeah.
So Danny,
Mm-hmm.
he brought in baklava, and I
Yeah.
brought in baklava. I think this was before I knew him,
Yeah.
right? But we brought in different types of baklava.
Yeah,
had
because
this
he's from
rounded
Cyprus
one.
and you're from Turkey.
Yeah, we owned them. We still should. Right? So he had these rolled ones, and I was like, ooh, interesting. And we had them like the normal diamond-shaped ones.
Yeah.
The good ones.
So speaking of your Turkish ancestry,
Oh, boy.
about them Armenians.
What are those?
Never heard of them.
I haven't. You know who's really Turkish?
Who's
My
really Turkish?
uncle,
Yeah.
Michael Mustafa.
Oh, that's a Turkish last name.
No, it's his first name. He just goes by Michael because he doesn't like his first name because that was his dad's name, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Wait, his first name is Mustafa?
His first name is Mustafa.
Oh my god.
I think that's the wrong pronunciation and it's more
Mufasa.
Turkish. Mufasa, yeah.
Mustafa.
But yeah, guess what his last name is?
More.
No, that's my dad's name.
Yeah. Is it your uncle on your mom's side?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, your mom is Turkish?
yeah.
For some reason, I thought your dad's family was Turkish.
No, he's German.
Ah,
German and Polish. That might.
course.
Oh.
German and Turkish, the genocide races.
His last name is Tuna.
Actually, let's be real. Every single country has done a genocide at least once.
There should be more.
Okay, you can't say that on the podcast, Simon.
Who's gonna stop me? Your mom? She's not here.
Yeah, she's not gonna be here for another 3-4 days, something like that. She's back Monday night. It's Friday.
Let's talk about
Doing that.
genocides. The French?
The French,
They go.
I don't know, who did they genocide? Probably the
No,
English.
no.
Oh, you want to
They're
genocide the
going to
French.
be genocided.
Okay, like today.
No, 20 years.
If 20 years from now you're going to genocide the French.
That's what I said.
So on July 26th,
It's July 26th.
yep, 2039, the French will be gone.
Bye then. I was gonna do it on the anniversary of the podcast.
On the 21st anniversary of the podcast?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, first, by the way, boys, this is the first episode that's coming out after the 1 year mark of the first episode coming
Wasn't that
out.
like 3 days ago?
Yeah, but the fourth episode came out before the 1 year anniversary, and this one's coming out after it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a big one.
What do you think that beat was?
The police. I heard you talk about genocide.
We have to ask you some questions. We heard you're gonna genocide the French.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Here's a grant.
No, I say that like I'm not French. I'm Norman.
And it's not French, technically.
Technically.
Technically, it's roped under the same people.
Yeah.
Unlike the what's it called? The websites that tell you what you're from.
Oh yeah, the ancestry.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a client state set up by Scandinavia in northern France. And then the garrisons came up with William the Conqueror in 1066 and conquered England, and then they stayed there. They stayed on the Isles for like 700 years. And then they're like, okay, we're bored. Let's go to America.
Did your mom take the test or was it you?
I just looked up where the last name Garrison comes from.
Oh.
And
Okay.
my older sister actually took the test. But here's the thing. She's my half-sister. We don't have the
Okay,
same dad.
okay.
So I can't really base it off of that. And also, everyone's... Like, even though me and my sister have the exact same parents, me and my younger sister,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have the same results because you get different amounts from each of your parents, you know?
I didn't know that. I thought it was just
They'd
the
be more
same
similar
amount.
because you can tell that we both got most of our genes from our father.
Yeah.
Because we both look like him.
Very Italian.
Yeah, the Italian, Spanish, Normand, English, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, just throw a dart at Western Europe and you'll probably land somewhere that the Garrisons are
Fair
from at some
chance.
point. If you go back far enough, I mean, the name Garrison originates in Scandinavia in the year 400.
I didn't know you could get that much information just by Googling your last name.
Yeah, I mean,
Because the one time I've done it, it just said, Germany.
yeah.
That's it.
But it's funny because the Scandinavian tradition of your last name is just your father's first name plus son or daughter.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, so if like you were my son, your name would be Simon Matthewson.
Bro, that's sick.
That's why Thor in the his name is Thor Odinson.
I didn't know that. I thought his name was just Thor.
Yeah, no, it's Thor Odinson.
Interesting.
So yeah, there was just some dude named Gary, in Scandinavia. So his son's last name was Gary's son.
Bro, that's so wild.
That's literally where the name comes from.
Does that mean Gary is also Scandinavian?
You'd think no, right?
It doesn't sound like it.
That's where
There's
it
no
originates,
silent
though.
J's.
That's Gary spelled with a G.
Yeah, but there's no silent J's.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't sound like it's from there.
But Yeah, Gary is a Scandinavian name, and then it went it went to Normandy and then to England. So that's why you think it's an English name now. But if you trace it back far enough, the name Gary actually originates in Scandinavia.
I don't think there's anybody actually named Gary, other than like the SpongeBob character.
Yeah, the snail.
Yeah.
Actually, there was like an article I saw that was like, there's no one been named Gary in the UK for like 25 years.
That's
and
great.
By like 2050, there will be no Garys left in the United Kingdom.
That's great. That's the next group.
That's the next genocide, Garys. Okay, I think we gotta wrap it up.
Alrighty.
All right. So this has been the Somewhat Minty podcast. I'm Matthew Garrison.
I'm Simon Moore.
Stay fresh.